The NBA betting marketplace is really unique when it comes to how the very worst teams in the league perform, because the markets catch up with how bad they are. Let's talk about the New Orleans Pelicans as they play Minnesota tonight. Second of a two-game set between these two teams in New Orleans. The first meeting, the one on Tuesday, went into overtime before Minnesota was able to emerge with a 149-142 victory. That being said, New Orleans covered basically wire to wire in that contest as plus 12.5-point underdogs. Let's break down tonight's matchup. Teddy covers from wagertalk.com with a big game breakdown Thursday night NBA. And of course, looking at the Odds Logic live odds screen right now, I'm seeing Minnesota, let's call it minus 11.5. Total sitting in the 232 range as we speak. And it's a New Orleans team where the markets don't want any part of New Orleans. No more Zion. Zion's now out probably through the end of 2025. He'll be reevaluated in 3 weeks. We'll see what's up with there. And it's basically a limited roster. It is a lottery-bound roster, and we're talking about one of the weakest teams in the league. When you have a team like New Orleans, there's two things that happen. Of course, they've already fired their head coach. They're already off to the worst start, yada, yada. When you have a team like New Orleans, the number one thing I'm interested in is effort. Because when they show up and play, guess what? They cover numbers. 7-2 ATS in their last 9 ball games. And that's despite only winning one of those games in straight-up fashion. They beat the Bulls on this floor, but that's it. And they hung 143 in that ball game. The shots were falling against Chicago's defense. But New Orleans, even with the loss, they lose by 12 to LA, they cover. They lose by 8 to Golden State, they cover. They lose by 7 to Denver, they cover. They lose by 17 to OKC, they cover. Now they're plus 11.5. Now, Minnesota wasn't thrilled with how they played in the first of these two games. You read the quotes from Anthony Edwards. Quote, "You can't come into the game thinking you're going to win it before it starts. You got to play till it says 3-0 at the end of the fourth quarter. That's super important. I think we didn't do that Tuesday. God blessed us with another opportunity in overtime, and we handled business. But it may not be like that in the next game. So we've got to come out ready to go." And that, to me, is a meaningful quote when it comes to how I want to approach this game tonight. I'll talk about it in just a minute. First, I do want to let you know about what's going on right now over at wagertalk.com. I haven't had a great football season. You guys know it. Everyone's chirping at me, telling me that I suck. I don't suck. I've had a bad year. It hasn't been and it hasn't lived up to expectations. All right, November stunk. November I sucked, absolutely. That being said, I've been in Las Vegas since 1998 doing this full time. I've had crappy seasons. I've had good seasons. I've had great seasons. I've had awful seasons. One thing that's consistent, I bring it. I'm not giving up. I haven't given up on this year. I think we're going to make money betting football, college, and NFL in December, in January, and beyond. Had a solid playoffs last year. Had a real good playoffs the year before. We're going to make some money down the stretch. And if you want to join up, promo code TEDDY299 is going to get you every play, every day, college football, NFL, right through the Super Bowl. That includes Super Bowl prop report. That includes the national championship game. That includes every bet that I make. $2.99. Nothing more to buy. No bait and switch. Check it out on my homepage, wt.buzz/TC. And I understand, buying picks is not for everyone. You don't have to buy picks to please me today. All I'm asking from you guys, if you like this video, hit that like button. Done. Problem solved. If you like, leave a comment below. Tell us what you think about this matchup or any of the games and the NBA this evening. And of course, if you haven't done so already, join the Wager Talk YouTube channel. Subscribe. We're approaching 250,000 subscribers. We started with 0, man. And the reason that we've gotten this many subscribers over the years, because we're putting out good content, free, every single day. And right now, we've got like 8 hours of content a day at Wager Talk. I mean, it's insane. Live shows, live videos like this. Subscribe. Get instant alerts when these videos go live. Again, wagertalk.com, Wagertalk TV on YouTube. One more little offer I do want to tell you about. I talked about the Wager Talk Odds Logic live odds screen. Get a free 7-day trial. Just go to oddslogic.com/Teddy and check it out. For tonight's game, I'm in no rush to bet against New Orleans. New Orleans is thoroughly divided in the betting markets. Minnesota has not been a team that's been extending leads and winning games by 20, 25, 30 points all season long. And that may well be the case again tonight. And I talked about how the Pelicans, 7-2, very quietly, underneath the radar, 7-2 ATS their last 9. I'm not in love with the concept of betting on bottom feeders. They offer value. We're going to look in that direction. So full game, the lead here is New Orleans, but I don't want full game here. I want first half. Anthony Edwards came out and said, hey, we were lackadaisical in the first half last time out. Let's not do that here. Sometimes the team takes what their leader is saying and actually executes it. And this, to me, feels like that type of spot for Minnesota. So if I'm taking the T-Wolves, first quarter makes sense. I'll grade myself first half. Minnesota -6.5. There are 7 starting to pop up. Total sitting 112 for the first half. But I think the T-Wolves first half -6.5 is the way to go in this one. Thank you so much for watching Wager Talk TV. Again, appreciate those likes, comments, and follows very, very much. Best of luck with all your bets tonight. And have a great day. Cheers.